Howdy folks, Jambareeqi here, and today I went to go and see Kubo and the Two Strings, a brand new stop-motion animated feature from Leica, the studio that brought us such films as Paranorman, Coraline and Box Trolls. Kubo and the Two Strings centres on a boy called Kubo, who lives in a cave on top of a mountain with his mother. His mum's mind is kind of fading, but he and his mother have magical powers that they channel through Charmazon. Most notably, they can manipulate paper, even in their dreams. It's pretty cool. One day, it turns out that Kubo's evil grandfather and aunts are after his eye. They track him down and end up slaying his mother. Kubo later wakes up to a talking monkey who claims to be a sentient transformation of a monkey charm that his mother gave him. With help from a beetle samurai, yes that's right, he must go on a journey to find 3 legendary magical pieces of armor to defeat his evil aunts and grandfather. Most of the animation industry tends to pump out 3 things: Shrek rip-offs, generic talking animal comedies, and Disney-style fairy tales. Sure, there are unique animated films coming out nowadays, but it's very, very rare. What I like about Leica is that they're having a pattern of coming up with refreshingly original and unique films. They are creating stories you wouldn't expect. They don't think, oh, okay, these are the only kind of stories we can do because that's what's popular. These are the kind of stuff that most people want to see. No, they think outside the box. Trolls. Kubo and the Two Strings is no exception. It explores Japanese culture in a very adult way without over-Americanizing it. The drama in this movie is really mature. The way characters talk to each other doesn't come across as patronizing. No, it's exceptionally organic, subtle, sweet and sincere. The movie also explores dark topics like grief and death, as well as Japanese philosophies, with a very adult eye. Leica respect their audience. They know that children can be intelligent enough to handle sophisticated things like this, but they also know that parents are going to be in the audience, so they want to give them something too. Now, like I said, Kubo is joined by a monkey and a beetle samurai. The relationship between these characters is very touching and family-esque. The relationship starts to make sense once we find something out. I can't say what it is, but little subtle things are hinted throughout the film that helps this big reveal make sense. Now, Leica also excels at horror. They're very good at executing their scares. Luckily, Kubo and the Two Strings does have an element of horror to it. For example, you've got the aunts. Kubo's aunts are bloody frightening. They wear these masks and they just look really, really creepy and they move creepily and Then there's this one scene where Kubo is underwater and these eyes come out and it's just so creepy and spooky and The action is also fantastically choreographed. It's incredibly compelling to watch. They've really thought about the environments of the characters, the way characters can move, the way characters can take advantage of the weapons they have, stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting action set pieces in this movie. They'll definitely drag you into what's going on. Now, this movie can be very dark and grim, but it's not all action and horror. The film can slow down for a little moment. It can give us a very restrained and nuanced piece of drama that develops the characters. And there's also some humorous moments too. There's little banter between the characters that's very funny. The way that characters talk to each other is incredibly comical and entertaining. Now, what about the animation? Well, let's just say this. There are a lot of parts in this movie where I was stopping and thinking, wow, how did they achieve that? How did they do that? That looks amazing. I mean, there are limitations to stop motion. How did they pull that off without a computer? That's staggering. And this is coming from someone who practiced and studied stop motion for 5 years. The animation in this movie is beyond impressive, beautiful and gorgeous. There's so much little detail in the movement. There's so much personality in the character animation. It's incredibly wonderful animation that'll take your breath away. To conclude, I think that Kubo and the Two Strings is a solid entry in the Leica filmography. It's a fantastic movie. It's technically impressive, humorous, action-packed, highly emotional, and just an all-round superb movie. You seriously need to go and see it. Why are you watching me talk about this movie right now? Go and see it! Go watch it! Go! Cheerio, folks! Leave!